those stairs and hit her.
You know who got there first? Before the security?
Raph! I seen Raph trotting up those
Before
stairs.
the security got there.
I've watched it on the GIFs plenty of times now.
Anyway, we're losing
You're getting too
the
far
timeline
ahead.
here.
Get back. Step back. Don't come at me. Imagine if Sukhvinder had been in there for all that shit.
I wish they were. I actually miss Sukhvinder.
I do too. So then Charlotte said, you can't bring family members into it. And I thought, that's a bit rich. You brought your fucking mum in there. I wish someone had said that to her. They're not smart enough. And then Ellie was going to Isabel. Oh, why don't you go and mention Deborah's kid? No, because Deborah's not upset Isabel. Deborah's friends with Isabel. Deborah's not been winding Isabel up for weeks on end.
And Deborah hasn't swirled her drink around the room.
Exactly.
So.
Go mention Deborah's kid. Don't bring Deborah's kid into it, otherwise she's going to be coming after you. Oh.
Hit me then, hit me.
So then, hold on. Hold on.
I'm just going to the minibar.
So the next thing that happened was Lotan came out of the diary room. So how did he get out of the diary room? Isn't it locked? Did he bust out or?
I heard about the door. That was an Andy West article, was it?
Oh yeah,
I've seen somewhere
that was interesting. That article.
That was good. He's actually a good writer.
He is actually.
He's a proper journalist.
Even though he's an absolute knob. And remember the way he reacted when Huey and Ryan got fake engaged in the Big Brother house because Andy's relationship was real. And look what happened there. And Huey and Ryan are still together. Just saying.
Yeah, but is that? Do you believe Huey and Ryan are real?
No, but do you remember how outraged he was about it, saying that they were like demeaning like gay rights and stuff?
I forgot about. I had forgotten about that. That was really awkward. That his boyfriend had come in and then asked him to marry him and had been cheating on him on Grindr.
Yeah, that is always awkward when that happens.
Yeah, apparently like doors in the Big Brother house are. I don't know where I read this. They've got like magnetic locks.
Okay.
So when the magnet is engaged and it's locked, that's when the light goes red.
Oh, when Arthur wants something out the store cupboard.
A carrot. So, like, I think he managed to just basically rip the magnets open on the door.
What? Fixtures and fittings. So yeah, he came out and he was like, hold on.
Get back in the diary room.
He just wanted to front up to the girls and like have the last word, didn't he?
What did he say? I can't remember.
That was when
he goes, I'm chilled. And Charlotte's going, get back in the diary room. Yeah. Get back in the diary room. And they were going,
oh, do you want security to drag you out? And like you said, he said, oh, do you really think they're going to drag me out? I was like, wow. And then Ellie was talking to Lotan like she's his mum. And then I've not written good notes in this bit.
I can't remember I've just got where him going, it erupted.
Yuck.
Yeah. But that, I think, whatever happened between Lotan leaving the diary room and him walking around saying yuck wasn't very clear.
And then, hold on, then I've got security came out. Why did security come out at that point?
I think that it's when something was going on the stairs. And it was Ellie was shouting, and this is when Hannah started to say she got hit in the face.
Didn't they say to Deborah, go back to the cottage, go back to Rose Cottage or whatever? And
they did tell someone to.
Yeah,
and they tried to get Chanel in the bathroom at some point.
Yeah, they were basically because Big Brother was giving them instructions over the tannoy, and everyone just ignored them. Like, you must listen.
I really like that Big Brother.
Yeah,
I think he's like a long-standing Big Brother. Mm-hmm. He's got like a kind of Irish accent. I think he might have even done my diary room when I auditioned because I remember being like, I recognise your voice. I was really excited. But I like the moment where he realised like fuck, it's kicking off, and he just went, okay, send in security. He didn't even, it wasn't like it wasn't Big Brother-ish, it was just like, okay, send in security. And did you notice it was that bald security guy? It was him again. And the way
he was useless.
He kind of bounded up to them but didn't know what to do.
He was absolutely useless. I should have had that woman there from last year.
She was better.
Kim Woodburn out. Or that guy who confronted Bear in the diary.
Yeah, where's he gone? He was massive. Those security guards were pathetic in that situation.
You're
they
right.
didn't know what to do.
Raph did more than...
Yeah, Raph reached Ellie before Deborah did, which was amazing.
Raph is a good friend.
Deborah ran up those stairs like Usain Bolt.
Raph is a really... No, there was loads of racist gifts. There was ones from Get Out. There was any black person
black people
running.
were tweeting the ones about Get Out as well.
Any black person running was Deborah. I think it was fine in that circus. I saw a Forrest Gump one as well, so it wasn't all just evil. But Raph is a really good friend. Chanel and Raph are really good friends. Like, for Raph to get... Because Raph didn't want any of his friends to get thrown out, basically.
For their behaviour.
Yeah.
So he'll stand in the way of them.
Punching someone. So... So Lotan was still there because I've got Deborah was getting in Lotan's face, and I remember Deborah and Hannah both talking.
She went up to him and was like, "Let me tell you, I'm not messing about."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why she was getting him. It was because of the drink.
Yeah, because of the drink bit.
Deborah's issue was only the drink getting on her.
Yeah, and that's fair enough.
What?
I had nothing, just typos in my blog. And then they go pussy hole. That was it.
That was it.
That was the word.
Yeah, I'd seen the clip on the Twitter of Big Brother, and it's where they put it in that little square frame, and they put the subtitles on the bottom, and it said fucking P *** E, and I was like, what is it? Is it what did I say?
I can't remember.
We had like a couple of suggestions.
Wasn't pussy hole? Someone suggested pussy hole.
Did they?
I think so. Yeah. I think a black person suggested it.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
One of theirs.
Yes! Racist.
I've never heard anyone say the word pussy hole.
You've never heard anyone say it?
No.
It's like a school thing, isn't it? Pussy hole.
So yeah, it was pussy hole.
Yeah, it was pussy hole. That is good. That's a good insult.
I think I said piss take.
Oh,
no, someone said piss take, and I was like, why would they star that?
Yeah.
I said something else. I can't remember what it was.
Never mind. So then, did Ellie actually punch Deborah?
Well, Big Brother reviewed the tapes, and there was no contact made between.
Well, it looked like
Hannah
Twitter reviewed the tapes and thought otherwise.
Well, I didn't see it happen.
I didn't either.
But I think in that situation, with the adrenaline and the amount of people that were like trying to control other people, like at one point, Tom literally pushed Ellie over on her back on the top of the stairs. Because she was going, hit me!
Yeah, Ellie shouting over that balcony.
It was like Shakespearean, wasn't it? It was like Romeo and Juliet. There's vines hanging down over the fucking marble banister.
There's a title in there somewhere. And then, so what was it that caused Deborah to suddenly go the full...
Well, Deborah, as an original housemate, she obviously came in the front door.
Yeah.
And that was the only exit that she knew. And she said, I'm out of here. So she thought she'd go out the front door.
And it was just
towards the woman that was jeering her on to hit her in the face.
It's just a coincidence.
Pure coincidence.
I fucking loved that when she went up the stairs. It was so good.
The thing is, it did look like she was going for Ellie, and I fully thought she was. But if you watch it back, she did say, I didn't hear what she was saying.
That's true. She did actually say that. That's actually true.
But I never heard Ellie shout louder than that. So I don't know what was going on with her ears.
If you're in a situation like that, and you see red, you don't necessarily hear what's going on.
No, it's true.
And you just act on instinct, and that's where it goes wrong.
Hang on a minute, they don't drink. I was going to say they were drunk. Some of them were drunk. That would be a sort of really mad situation to find yourself in.
But it seemed to me only Deborah and Hannah actually stopped afterwards to consider their position and how they acted and how it looked, because they have to worry about how it looks for them to be an aggressive person in the Big Brother house, because people are always telling them they're so fucking aggressive.
And they know from the history of Big Brother that black girls are angry girls, and that's the way they are.
And from the history of the world.
And that, but the only history that matters in my world is Big Brother. But I don't know if I can get to this now, but Deborah did want to walk out.
Yeah.
She said, that's enough, I'm done. And then Chanel also said, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah. There's a few people that thought it's game over. Yeah. And I actually, even myself, was like, is that it? We're going to just shut down this series now?
Yeah, I know. Realistically, if all those things that happened all in one go had happened all at different times, who would have got thrown out? Would more people have been thrown out?
I'm really surprised. So Deborah got a warning, a formal warning for running at Ellie.
Yeah. Charging at her.
But Ellie didn't get a warning.
No, people on Twitter were waiting for Ellie to get my warning. Like
exactly, like why the fuck? So what was it called? What was the word that came up when Perez and Katie Hopkins were in the house? There's a term for like winding people up that they were using. I've forgotten what it was.
No idea.
It's like a very specific word, and I just can't quite put my finger on what it was.
Not gaslighting, is it?
No.
What is it? I don't know.
It was. I don't know. It was like. It's like provoke, but it's a different word for provoke.
Okay.
But Ellie was provoking Deborah.
Yeah, just a bit. And then going, I felt intimidated. I'm sorry, but you don't shout hit me at someone if you feel intimidated, do you?
I felt that Ellie really wanted to make Deborah and Hannah step out of line so they got evicted. Thrown out.
I agree. 100%.
Which I think is
100 as they keep saying.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Which I think is fucking dark and twisted, actually. I don't like her at all.
So what did that mean? Although we already discussed it, I still don't know. When they said, stop it, we have work to do to fix stuff up in the house. Work on their image.
I think work on the image of black girls in Big Brother.
Okay.
I mean, they're already labelled aggressive and they've been involved in brawls, so they've got their work cut out, but they are remorseful. I feel like... Go on. Deborah, in particular, from the conversation which was had in the beauty parlour. Let's go to the beauty parlour. Let's go to the beauty parlour. She feels like a fool for reacting that way because she definitely... I think they did go in there with an agenda to sort of correct the image for black girls.
Zinder went in there with an agenda to be peace and love, and look at the way they
look carried
what
they've
on.
Achieved. We all know the world's flat now.
But Deborah was like, "Oh, I'm a mother,"
She definitely felt shit about the way she'd acted.
And also, if you think about it, "Oh God, I ran up the stairs like that. I must look like a crazy person." When actually, it was brilliant. But you wouldn't know that being in there, would you?
That's true. On the inside, that would eat you alive.
Yeah. Whereas you don't know, like on the outside, everyone's like, "Yes."
But she was just running for the exit.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Fine.
That's perfectly understandable.
But she did say to Hannah afterwards, "Let's bounce. This is enough."
Did she? Yeah.
And I think she wanted them both to get out at that point.
Bounce.
They weren't... That security guard wasn't allowing them to go and have their beauty parlour conversation by themselves.
They were punching each other in the garden.
Hannah and Deborah. Yeah, which is okay because they're relatives.
Is that all right? Is that okay? Does that mean Imran
they weren't punching each other, but they were definitely...
They were scuffling.
Tugging at each other.
They were scuffling.
I liked it. I like that moment in an argument where you're shouting at each other and someone changes their tone to be talking tone. Like, why are you shouting at me? Yeah. That's when you know. That's when you know it's just flipped and you've got to sort it out now.
So then Ellie was on the floor. Oh yeah, Ellie was on the floor.
Because Tom bouldered her over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Chanel wasn't inside when all that was happening.
Raph had her in the garden.
Yeah, and Chanel was like looking, going, "What's going on?"
But she was like, "What is she doing?
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking me?" And I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
But she went in to get involved.
And then in the middle of it all was Savannah on the couch with her hands over her ears, like a child in a domestic violence household. That was basically just me throughout my childhood years. I actually felt quite sorry for her in that moment.
What I want to know is, where was Joe? Joe was nowhere to be seen.
I agree. And people going, "Oh, Joe should have calmed that down." Joe doesn't calm anything down. He's an instigator.
I think he went out for a smoke on that bench because I didn't see him anywhere.
You're right. Where was he?
Nearby.
And then Savannah said, "Oh, I've got to leave because I'm claustrophobic."
Did she?
Yeah. She said it like in the background.
Overheard conversation.
Yeah. And then Deborah went to the security guards. "If I'd known it was going to be like this, I'd never have signed up for it." What do you think it's going to be like?
She said, basically, when the security guard wouldn't leave them alone, she was like, "Can I just have a word with my sister?" Yeah. And the guy was like, "I've been told that I need to come with you." And she's like, "Okay, you can come in." And they had that conversation where she went, "I love this show, but if this show condones violence, I don't want to be a part of that."
And that's fair.
And that's a violent act or something, she said.
I think that's a fair thing to be worried about in there. Because I wouldn't feel safe if someone's throwing a drink in my face. The way those guys act, like, slamming drinks down and knocking things over.
Careful, you could have done your hand there.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like to be in that environment. I don't like being around aggressive men. I don't want to be around people like that. It's not good. And people come from backgrounds of that and they don't want to be around that, and nor should they. And viewers can be offended by it, just like me. So the
viewing public,
have been offended by their actions.
Before you entered the Big Brother house, you were made aware of the rules regarding unacceptable behaviour.
So then, Chanel and Hannah were both saying they wanted to go home, and I agree. It's an unsafe environment, and Big Brother house should be a safe space. And then Lotan said, and this must be in the diary room, either I stay.
Well, she goes.
Yeah. What? That doesn't make sense.
See ya about Isabel. He basically made out like
it's her or me.
It's basically a Harry Potter versus Voldemort situation. Only one can survive.
Yeah. But it's like, Lotan, you come back in for round 2 after you just started on someone.
He was off his tits.
Yeah, I think he was.
Well, he had lost a lot of blood from that vomiting, though.
And then Tom called Isabel an embarrassment. Okay, mate.
I hate the way Tom backs up everything Lotan said,
and
I'm like,
cringe bag.
He doesn't have the fucking ability to form his own opinions.
It's like when you get bullied at school, and it's like the little henchman of the bully, isn't it? It's like that.
Pinky in the brain.
Yeah. So this was in the garden. This is before Deborah and Hannah went in the beauty parlour. Raph was trying to calm Deborah down. Deborah was going, I'm going to go. And Raph was like,
please, don't go. He went into his crying speech.
Just talk to me first.
Yeah.
That was cute though. That was sweet.
Raph isn't cut out for this.
I know.
Raph needs to be in a sanitised, clean, fair game of Big Brother, like Big Brother Canada.
Yeah.
Maybe BBOSA. I don't
true,
know yet.
Actually. And Deborah said, "I've never had a man throw a drink in my face. I'm a mum." Hold on. Don't play the "I'm a mother" card. I've thrown a drink in a man's face.